show and the best artists all in one place.
The Chris Top Program.
You can either talk in the Chris Top Program.
Mr. Pop.
Take it from the top.
And I am the one and only Chris Top, broadcasting live from our lavish home studio here in sunny Clarksville, Tennessee, with an ocean view. How in the heck are you doing, world?
I am the one and only Allie Top, broadcasting alongside the man, the myth, the legend, the radio god, the man you wish you could be but will never be, the hostess with the mostest. Oh wait, he's not a hostess because he's a dude. Chris freaking Top.
You know, that used to flatter me, but now it just like gets worse and worse all the time. Every single time you do it.
I just called you a woman.
You did. You totally did. And I don't even identify as a woman. What are you doing?
I'm sorry, man.
It's okay. It's okay. I still heart you.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. Are you excited today?
I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it.
Yeah, I know. And we've got to definitely give a shout out to Clarksville Local, because they gave us a shout out today, and I absolutely love everything they do for our community.
Me too. I'm like a big fan.
Yeah. I mean, they're always out there hustling, and they're like, you know, getting these businesses that we have locally recognition and stuff, and they're wonderful. And Visit Clarksville as well. They are always giving us shout outs and reposting pictures and stuff like that, and I freaking love them to death.
And they inspire me to try new things, because like you don't think that these things are here in Clarksville, and it's like, I could try this restaurant, or I could try this over here, or like
absolutely,
you know,
absolutely, and
recreational stuff.
What I love about them too, more than anything, is they support a lot of local artists. So what we're going to do on the website, and if you just tuned in, or if you're catching this later on iHeart or Spreaker or Spotify or Stitcher, make sure you go to christopprogram.com, and we have a new tab. It's called Local Clarksville Artist, and we actually only have one artist up there now because this is the first time. This is out of our comfort zone.
It is.
Yeah, because normally we interview musical artists, so I hope I even know what to talk about today. I don't even know. I'm going to have to fake it hardcore.
But, I mean, there's a first time for everything. So.
That's true. That's true. Okay, but we have the page set up, and we have a local artist on there, and you're going to meet her in just a minute. But then if you scroll down, I've got a link for Local Clarksville set up, and there's going to be a link for Visit Clarksville as well. And I've got to give an extra special shout-out to the Upstairs Emporium, because they are actually carrying, I think, over 20 of Amanda's pieces. So if you want to buy one for yourself, then all you have to do is go to the Upstairs Emporium and just grab one.
Just do it.
And Amanda was just telling me, if you want to show these to Facebook, it's like she read our minds. Here, I'll let you show them. But it's like she read our minds, because if I could have picked out two, these are the two that I would have picked out.
Same.
Yep. So we have Frankenstein's Monster, and then we have Bride of Frankenstein.
Behold.
How cool is that?
It is so cool.
Yeah,
I was like,
I am so honored that the artist gave these to us, handed us these, and we're going to hang these up in the studio.
She did, and I'm just like...
Yeah. So how cool do you feel?
I feel super cool, because you have to be cool to get stuff like this.
Yep.
Like, you can't just be...
Well, I don't know about that.
Average.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But, I mean, I think if you go to the Upstairs Emporium, you can grab one of these, I think, for $30, $35. Is that right, Amanda?
The small ones run from about 20 up to 30.
Okay, so, but these are going to be 30-ish?
30, 35, yeah. Depends on the framing and the print work.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
But I'm so excited. I can't wait to hang them up.
I know. I was just like, yes, boo.
Yeah. I'm so bad at hammering nails, too.
I nailed... This, you're probably not as worse than me, because, like, I was trying to hang up a mirror last year in my bathroom, and I was nailing a screw in instead. Yep.
You know, it's okay.
Yep.
It's okay.
You know?
I bet you got the job done.
Nope. Someone else came and did it for me.
Well, at least you tried.
Yeah, I did try for like a few hours.
So, okay, now, Amanda, you are super modest, because I'm sitting here just trying to flatter you over your work, and you're like, anybody can do that.
I mean, they can.
It is so good, though.
Well, it's just time.
And maybe I'm biased, because I really like the classic movies, the old movies, because I grew up watching that stuff. You know, Frankenstein and Dracula and The Creature from the Black Lagoon, The Mummy, and all that stuff. It was just so much fun to watch. And then when I first saw your work, I was like, man, you know, we normally don't have artists on our show, like drawers, painters, and stuff, but Amanda's really good.
She really is.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, and that inspired me to get other artists on the show because I never really thought too hard about it, you know,
there's
because
a whole bunch.
Yeah, and I wanted to go local, but I was thinking local musicians and stuff like that, but I didn't really think about the whole artist approach.
I want to have local everybody on now.
Local everybody.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people.
I know. That's
Yeah.
so then we can keep doing the Chris Top program in Clarksville.
That's true. That's so
Yeah.
true. Yeah, we could figure out something.
Yeah, there's
maybe.
local businesses everywhere.
Right. Now, what surprised me the most, because we talked a little bit before the interview, but I figured you'd been doing this stuff since you were like 2 years old.
No.
No.
Not at all.
So you started when?
I was in art club in high school, but I was more so in the band program, so I did some of their props for them for the Clarksville High. And then when I got out, I took one art class before I had my son, and I've really only been doing it for about 4 years now.
That's incredible.
That is
incredible.
Art classes.
That's
Sometimes
inspiring.
Pay off.
So you were always like a really good doodler, I bet, like in high school. Because my doodles didn't make sense.
Well, it's more so just always keep your ideas written out.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So I'm just really amazed at your stuff. And I don't want to get you too conceited. But what I do want to do is I kind of want to go through and I want to pick out like a few of these and maybe just talk about them. Now, we've kind of talked about some of the classic stuff already.
Yeah.
And, then, you've got some patriotic stuff. You've got some animals, which are really, have you seen all these yet?
Horses. I saw the horse, and I was like, it's a horse, yes.
Yeah, now, if you are watching Facebook Live with us, or if you're listening on christopprogram.com, all you have to do is click on the local Clarksville artist tab, and then there's going to be links down there that go to Amanda's website, her Instagram, and her Facebook. We're actually going through her Instagram right now, so if you want to click on there and kind of go through some of the stuff with us, you can, for sure. But this stuff is just amazing. Now, okay, so I know you've got a website set up, so can people actually make purchases off of there yet?
Well, all of these are downstairs at the upstairs emporium.
Okay.
And then there's prints
So that's the
available.
only way to get them right now.
You can holler at me. You can
Okay.
contact me. My number should be on there. My website's on
Yep.
there. Email, shoot me a text, whatever. And if you want a print, I can get you one. Ship it out. That's easy.
Okay,
Easy
so
done.
all they have to do is call you or email you, and then you'll just ship it out for them.
Yep. Tell me what size you want. I'll go get
Easy
it done.
pleasy.
Easy.
Wherever in the world they're at, you got this.
Yes.
Okay. Or if they're in Clarksville or close to Clarksville, then they can stop by the upstairs emporium
Go check them out themselves
and go
pick
check them
out.
out there.
Yep.
Now, do they have these particular pieces there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, are they just prints, or do you have any
I
originals
have the
there?
prints and the originals are there.
The originals of these are there?
The original Frankensteins are there. They're 18 by 24.
That's big.
Yeah, it is big. That's
That's
why.
gigantuous.
Yep.
Yeah. So, okay. So, how much is the original print or the original portrait? Is it called a portrait or a drawing? Like, what's the correct way to
Probably
say
a
that?
portrait, because
Okay.
it's the original
'Cause
character.
I don't know. You got to teach me.
They're the portraits of them.
We're
I
new.
usually talk to musicians. I can't even make any musician jokes with you today. So
I know.
I'm screwed.
You got this.
Okay. So it's how big is that? I'm trying to picture it in my mind.
Like,
Okay,
poster
so
size,
it's
pretty
like
good.
you'd have to get like a big, like cool frame for it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're
for something-
pre-framed.
yeah.
Go ahead and
It's
frame them
legit.
for you.
Oh,
you
so
know.
okay, so they're already framed.
They're already framed down there. That way
Okay.
they're protected.
So that would be easy for somebody like me then.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So you go in there and you drop a couple $100, then you've got an original artwork from a local Clarksville artist.
Yeah.
Yes.
Worth every penny of it.
Thank you.
Worth every sinking penny of it. Especially if you love this stuff.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Like I'm gonna tell everybody my idea too, like toward the end of the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
I don't know. Okay, so I'm gonna scroll on down a little bit. Now you've got some photographs in here as well.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about these. Like, I feel like when an artist does something, they mean something, but when you draw it or take a picture, you pretty much leave it open to however
Like
we want to
interpretation.
interpret it, right?
Yeah. Right.
Right. But like, what was going through your mind when you took this picture? Because I mean, that's a great picture. And if I took a picture of somebody's ear, it'd just be like, oh, Chris took a picture of an ear.
Well, I'm.
But it looks a lot deeper than that to me.
It
I'm a
does.
student at Austin Peay, and this was for my Photo 1 class. I was
Yeah.
just learning black and white photography. I'm starting to get into it a little bit more. And this was my son pulling his bowstring back while he's outside practicing in the yard. And you'll see a lot of that with my son or my family intertwined, because I think that's what drives my art. And that's what makes it so important to my buyers, is they can connect to it, because a lot of Clarksville is everybody's been here forever, so they're family driven.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the shot.
It's so neat.
Focus.
I mean, that you have that vision to make, because, I mean, I would just see the back of somebody's, I'd be like, turn around and smile, man. That's like how normal people think.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying you're abnormal or weird. Well, you might be, but it's okay if you are. But I mean, it's just that artist vision that a lot of us don't have. So it's not that easy. It just seems easy for
It
you.
seems easy, but I mean,
For you, it does.
I
You
need to
know,
practice.
she is so modest. She's killing me.
I know.
She's killing me. That's so good, though.
Thank you.
I mean, I would hang that up in the house. I got to say, though, I really, really like this one.
Yeah, I love that.
And I'm not even sure what it means.
It kind of reminds me of my childhood somehow, and I don't really know how to explain why.
Yeah.
It just does.
Okay.
And I
do
love
that.
it.
All right, so tell me about it.
It's just a door that I found abandoned out in the woods on my.
It's just a door, bruh.
Yeah, my future mother-in-law, Miss Diane, is on her back property. And it
Oh,
was
wait, whoa,
from-
whoa, back up. Your
Yes.
future mother-in-law.
Yes.
So you're about to get hitched.
Yes.
Snap.
When is this?
Oh, I mean, I'm waiting to get out of school first.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like in a year-ish?
Year to 3 years depends
Yeah.
on grad school opportunities.
Are we close enough where you're going to invite me to the wedding now?
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
Perhaps. Get them too.
I need a hardcore yes.
Bruh.
'Cause I like those wedding mints.
Bruh, she just
and
met
cake.
you, bruh.
I like wedding cake, though. It's good.
We might just elope, honestly.
And they have that punch, that wedding punch. Like,
Oh,
with the-
yeah.
that is so good. Yeah. You got to get me notice, though, because I got to make it like a cheat day, because I'm trying to watch what I eat.
I got you.
Yeah, so if you give me enough notice, then I can make that my cheat day, and I can just totally pig out.
Got you.
Yeah. All right, but just keep us in mind.
Keto friendly.
Yeah. So how long have you known the guy?
We've been together for a little over 5 years now.
That's a good minute.
It is a good minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, is he supportive, like
I
in
would
what
not
you want
have
to do?
made it this far if it was not for Adam.
Yeah?
So,
Aw.
yeah. He takes turns with my little one and lets me stay up late and makes my coffee in the morning. 'Cause,
Aw,
artist
that's really
hours, It is
sweet.
sweet.
Yeah.
So-
He's making me look so bad. You just need to hush. No.
That's not true.
Okay, so so how important is that for you to have somebody in your life that supports your artwork like that, and somebody that doesn't sit around and say, "Why don't you get a real job and be,
Well-
a dentist or something?"
It's pretty
you know?
important. It's
Yeah?
pretty important because you can't, every artist that I know, they have a pretty good support system that have made it anyways. Because you got to think nowadays, it's not like Van Gogh where you can just abandon your child and go off and become famous. You have to,
Isn't he the one that cut his ear off? Who
Yeah.
cut his ear? Yeah. Okay. So I paid attention.
Yeah, you did good. Look
I
at
did.
you.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
Yeah, but without him, without family, without the help, the hours that I have to pull at school, raising a little one and being a mom and a student, that's a lot. And then this is the first couple months that I haven't worked. So this is why all this art's taken off all of a sudden. So yeah, the support matters.
So that's a big deal, though, to have your stuff at a place like the Upstairs Emporium. Now, do you have it anywhere else, too, or is that exclusive right now?
I put it in the student shows and online people make purchases that way, but until I graduate, that's when I'll put my stuff out. That way I can be more available for any customers.
Right. So, in the future, we can see you, doing exhibits, like local Clarksville exhibits and things like
Hopefully,
that?
that's the goal.
Hopefully the near future, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Do they have, VIP passes for that stuff?
No,
No?
don't think so.
Oh, see, I don't even know what to ask for. I was going to ask
Right?
for something.
Because he has this whole bit where he's like, I want VIP passes.
Like
and grapes
backstage
fed to
passes,
me.
that kind of thing. But, I don't know what to even ask for, like an art exhibit. Yeah. Maybe we can get a selfie in front of your stuff.
We
There you
just
go.
be there and appreciate the art.
That's what we'll do. That's what we'll do for sure. Okay, so is your whole family supportive of what you're doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's
There's
good
no
with
Pretty
it?
naysayers?
lucky.
Yeah.
No,
Good.
pretty lucky.
Yeah. So nobody's like, this will pass. You don't really want to do that.
Back in the day when I was
Yeah.
growing up, everybody's like, "Oh, you're never gonna make it. Let's try band or something like that." But
Oh.
I don't know if band is any different really.
Everything's hard.
Yeah.
I don't know why people are like, try this instead. Everything's hard, bro.
yeah,
What is your first love?
my first love, my child.
Your child?
My child.
Second.
Ooh, hardcore. It's
Be
between,
legit.
Yeah, legit. It's tied between Art and the fiance right now. You know, the family.
Is he okay with that being tied?
Yeah, the amount of time that goes into each of them is pretty,
Yeah.
pretty balanced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. That's good that you can admit that your art is that important in your life.
It is.
Yeah.
You have to devote a lot of time to get that.
And that's how
kind of
you want to
detail.
make your living. Mm-hmm. So how do you want to make your living at it? Just strictly by selling pieces, or do you want to teach, or what direction are you going to take?
Well, I thought about teaching, and I can't spank other people's kids nowadays.
Sure.
So
So that's going to make it
that
rough.
your first
Yeah.
instinct?
Yeah. A little bit of experience there, but I think if I could get it to where this local thing takes off, to where I can be at home and raise my child the way that I want to, and while he's gone during the day at school to do my artwork, that would be, that's kind of the dream. I know that grad school is an option, and we're going to play it out after next senior year and see what it is, but to leave my child for 3 years, that would be that would be kind of detrimental to him.
Sure,
So I'm kind of
sure.
seeing what the options are. I mean, I've been doing this for a while now, so I think the local thing might just work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite? What's your? I guess you call it style, like
Style.
charcoal,
Charcoal's
and
my
then
favorite.
acrylic, and then you do the photographs.
I can paint. I can do it all. But charcoal's definitely the go-to. I like the classic black and white look.
yeah, it's cool.
It's bold.
It's
it
so
draws
cool.
you in.
Yeah, it really is. It really is, and just the detail in it.
I can't
just
stop
amazing.
looking at it.
Yeah. I mean, she looks so pretty in her red dress here, and then she's got her picture in the background with the hand and an egg.
Yes.
If I drew that, it would look ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, you're good, but like compared to her, like no.
No, I mean that's just great. It really is. Okay, but you've got plenty of friends that you're going to talk to me about too, maybe after the show, because
Yeah.
we would love to get some more artists on the show and just really talk about the talent that's here in Clarksville.
There's a ton of art.
We need to make it more aware because everybody's all like, "Oh, there's nothing to do in Clarksville. Oh, there's
I
nothing,
hear that all the time.
Nothing to see, nothing
All
to
the time.
do, nothing cool about Clarksville." But there is.
Yeah.
I hear that all the
it's
time,
growing.
and I just want to say this because I think the issue there is not like really what's going on wherever you're at. I think it's like what's inside of you that makes it a great place or not. You got to
I
fix
like
what's
that.
inside before you can have fun anywhere you're at or anything you're doing.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
So
that got deep.
you'd be good to go no matter where you were at, wouldn't you? Because as long as you had a paintbrush
Yep.
or
Grab a piece of
charcoal.
paper. Yep. Good.
Like okay, what is charcoal? Is it like just what is it?
It's there's different kinds of charcoal, but it's kind of wood.
I'm picturing
kinda
chalk.
like-
charcoal,
Yeah.
like your compressed charcoal. It's softer.
Yeah.
Burnt wood, willow. I use willow a lot.
Yeah, I would love for you to post like a YouTube video sometime of like you doing some
The
of your
process?
work.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'Cause it would be interesting to see.
I can do that.
Yeah, not that I want to like steal your flame or anything like that because I don't think I can, but I just want to see it.
Yeah, I can do
sometime.
that.
Okay. So I do want to look at some more stuff.
Okay.
So what's this called? Door in the Woods? That's pretty resounding.
Untitled.
Yeah. Okay.
Door in
Door
woods.
in the Woods. Okay, and what's this one about?
I went to Sloss, down past Alabama this past year and did my first metal convention where we like melt down iron and do a bunch of iron pours, and that's how I made those other pieces with the body castings that are made out of metal. That's a picture of the process.
Like when I look at that, I just think of like something like bad happening. Like I thought there was like
one
a
of my
fire.
friends
or
got
something.
injured. It went inside of her shoe. It was horrific, but no, that was my job. I was one of the people that poured the metal and caught it and stuff. So it was pretty. It was a lifetime experience. It's very
wow.
neat.
Well, I mean, it's cool. I mean, I don't, I couldn't make pictures like that interesting, I don't think. Okay, so this one right here kind of scares me a little bit for some reason.
It's in the
it
same
Like a
supposed
Stephen
to?
King novel.
It's in the same woods where the door is.
Okay.
Yeah, you just turn
Okay.
around and it's on
Yeah.
the backside of a farm, and it's just where they never took down the playset and watch it rust.
Okay. Does it look scary to you?
It does.
It's supposed to look
like,
scary.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Okay. Just want to make sure I'm normal. Okay, now this one I've got to have some kind of description on.
All right.
So what is this one about? Because this one terrifies the crap out
So
of me.
this is a series, and there's actually 2 more images put together with this one when you roll it. So when I was younger, I was abused by a family member, sexually abused. And so the whole idea of this being titled Just a Tool and then seeing the tools wrapped in a birth blanket is to think if you are ever going to be treated equally from the get-go. If you are ever seen as that family member, or if you're just made to be a tool from the get-go. So me and a friend set this up and just in my home, and I spray painted some tools black and then arranged them, and then I kind of just took charcoal to make it look like to give the abuse feature. But this is me grown up, and then with the picture next to it is to hint from the time lapse.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's some pretty deep stuff.
That
It's
is.
deep stuff, you
Yeah.
know, but it's got to be talked about at some point, you know.
Sure.
It does. Yeah.
So this is like more than just art for you. This is therapy for
Yes.
you too, isn't it?
Yes, for most artists, that's typically the case when they make their stuff. So
Yeah. So you save a crap ton of money on seeing a shrink,
absolutely,
like the rest of us.
you sure do.
Right?
Yeah.
So this is good stuff. This is really good stuff. How does it make you feel like when you see that picture? Do you feel like it's a release for you?
In the process of it, it is, and it's kind
A
of
closure, maybe, or
Do you
is it-
still
Kind
kind
of.
of feel like
Kind
sad
of
though
like
because
when
like
I
you
saw it
still
up
remember
in
stuff?
the student hall and people were coming up to me that I didn't know, like that was kind of
That's got to be awkward.
It depends on the person that comes up and how they approach it.
Sure.
But it's more so empowering to see what you've overcome, and then to see it affect other people who haven't been able to talk about what they've been through, and to come to you to have this conversation, even though they haven't talked about this stuff in years.
Yeah.
So,
Because there's a lot of shame there. Like, it's hard to
Yeah,
talk about stuff like
It is hard
that.
to talk about it.
You seem so empowered though, and so healed.
Well, we do enough art.
Are you faking it, or is it like
No, I feel like through the process of making it so many times and having through my classes to get up and critique in front of a classroom, your classmates, the people that have seen you your whole life, and them just shocked by this, to have that comfort of talking and getting a response and knowing that there's a team there for you, like that's what's pretty awesome about the artwork.
Yeah.
So.
It's all those supporters around you and people that love you and
Yeah.
want to see you do well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's important.
See, I'm learning right now. I'm like, this is so good for me. And you said there was another piece that went with this one?
It should be attached to that. You see where there's
Oh,
two
okay,
more?
okay.
Yeah, it just
I don't
rolls
know. I don't know
over.
how to work this.
There
Okay.
you go. Yeah.
Okay. So now explain that to me again, because I know you talked about it, but I want you to explain it again.
So that's my baby
And
blanket.
if you're listening live, just go to Amanda's Instagram. The link's there on chris.program.com, and you can scroll down. You can see what we're talking about, because I know this
Right.
may not make a total sense to you if you're just listening. Okay.
That's my baby blanket that came home from the hospital. And then just the tools are wrapped up, and I photographed it. So, I mean, it's pretty simple, but the content, when you combine it with the series, that's what
That's
gets the
really
point
heavy.
across.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you were going to an exhibit, these would be hanging side by
side by side, yeah,
and-
in a big frame.
Okay. This is craziness. Now, okay, this one's kind of blowing my mind a little bit. I don't even know.
I don't know either.
I don't know what to
but
say
I
about it.
like
Ceramics and
it.
clay class, we had a prompt about talking about slavery. And so this is called Structured Silence. And I saw a video where down past South Africa, there was a man, they have to make so many bricks per day. And he had to stack them on his head like this and have a rope. And that's all he had to tote them back and forth for the field all day long. And it was crushing their bone structure over time, and that was their lifestyle. So this was my response to that. That's why I did so much detail and depth in the wrinkles and stuff to show the pressure of the amount of bricks that's on its head. And then I made it out of everything all natural, clay and twine and the bricks and the dirt and wood. But the twine has penny rolls on it to show that these bricks are only worth so much, pennies to us.
Oh, that is
And
brilliant.
it's- yeah.
When I first saw this, I was like, I don't know, man. That's not your best work. But now that you're explaining it to me, like I'm in third grade, like I need it,
Yeah. You got to ask.
I totally love it now.
That
And
just
I
hurts
love-
my heart that they even have to do that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Well, that's the idea, I guess, right? To make people
That's
aware.
aware.
Yeah.
Yep. We take our lives for granted. We don't see what else is going on.
Oh my gosh. And what's the Olin Bryant Sculpture Award?
I got the award for that at the Austin
High
Peay.
five.
Yeah, score.
yes.
Does that mean you're like super famous now, or
No.
not yet? Not
It means
yet.
I'm getting there.
Not yet. Okay.
Working on being awesome.
Now we're getting to one that I just kind of want to skip over,
That's
But-
fine. We can do that.
but I'm not going to. I'm not going
Let's
to.
address the elephant. in the room.
So tell me about why you did that.
And why is it blue?
Why is it blue? That's
Yeah.
the tin, the patina. It's the iron once it gets cold. It's an iron pour. So this was just part of the body casting that I did for the other one titled Trophies. I did that one with aluminum. I did this one with iron just through my classes to experience with the material, but I also titled it Female, FE-male, so that you can think about how heavy, and I mean, this weighs over 25 pounds, and it's just palm size. And to think about the burden that women have with their body parts, just being seen for just their body. Like, if you incorporate those two things together with the material, like, that's what that piece is about.
Dude, I don't even know what to say.
That,
I don't even know
that
what to
was
say.
really deep for a body part. And
Yeah.
it makes
Yeah.
sense. I mean, I understand because I'm a woman.
I totally get it. now.
Yeah.
I totally get it. I totally get it. And okay, this is the I love you sign.
Yes.
And I'm kind of thinking this is like, the
World
racist
peace.
thing.
Well, I made this with a colleague, and she is in the closet. Her family wasn't very accepting of her, and I was always supportive of her. Lots of people at school are supportive of her. But when she went home, she wasn't accepted for that. And so we did our hands in two separate castings but the bronze is worth a lot more compared to the aluminum. So when you see a straight person on campus, people don't think anything of it. But the whole idea of you being whatever, gay, lesbian, anything like that, the idea was you're cheap, you're not worth as much as a straight person. And I just think it was so hurtful, especially in the art department. It's taken so long for us to get to where we can accept each other on a basis where it doesn't matter if you're a straight artist, a gay artist, a white, black, whatever the case be. We should all love each other and support each other's artwork. And so this is just a little collaboration we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heart you. I
Oh,
really,
I
really
heart
do.
you. Thank you.
Thanks.
I heart you too.
So, how far do you want to take this? Like, what's your silly dream that you don't talk about?
My silly dream is that I can go to grad school and come out of that and be able to keep making these works. Not so much like I do love the monsters and the Frankensteins and the charcoals, but to be able to make these works that are empowering women or race or like this one, straight, gay, to address these conflicts and conversations that people avoid they blow it out of the water, and it's something that should be so simple as I accept you for who you are.
Sure.
And
what a great message.
Yeah,
It
that's
is.
something that I just want to keep following up on.
And you're breaking a lot of stigma too on some things.
Yeah.
So that's good. That's
Because
so
I
good.
think it's weird how, like, even though we're so aware that there is stigma, that there is still stigma. You would think that would just all just stop.
Yeah.
But no.
Just real quick, I'm going to surprise them, but we've got Katie and Hope in the studio today, and I just want to say hi to these two lovely, lovely ladies because they listen to the show all the time, and I thought, let's just invite them today and see if they'll come by. And they must have totally nothing to do because they both showed up. I'm like, wow.
It's not because we're cool.
No, they
'cause
just
we're
like,
kinda
I got
dorky.
nothing better to do. We'll go over.
Another better to do.
Check it out. See, and Hope actually went on a hike with us yesterday.
She did.
Yeah, she hiked it like a bouse.
And, like, it was so, like, powerful. Just,
Yeah.
like, everything that went down. Like, we
Yeah.
had a deep conversation, and she prayed with us afterwards and gave us something special, and just...
You've already started reading the book.
I have. I feel like yesterday was, like, the first day of a new beginning, like a new chapter in my life.
Yeah,
Yeah. Got real.
it did get real. It did get real. And Hope's welcome to come anytime.
Yes.
We invited Katie too. And Amanda, you're welcome to come walking with us if
Thank
you want. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
You have
do.
to give us like
A walk
a print
parade.
every time though.
That's not
Okay.
true.
That's the deal. I got you.
He makes stuff up all the time.
No, I told her though. I was like, I really want to buy a print from you. How much are they? And she's like, well, I'll just give you one. I'm like, dude, nobody lets us buy nothing ever. But I really don't mind, and I still love promoting people and helping people. It's
yeah.
just, and I don't mind paying for it. But if you will do one of those that we talked about earlier, if you ever do that, I would love to buy one from
Yeah.
you. Absolutely,
Yeah.
because I was telling her earlier, I love Clarksville. And I think it would be so cool to see the creature from the Black Lagoon coming
Yes.
out of like the lake at Dunbar Cave,
Yeah.
or Wolfman like on top of the courthouse, like King Kong style, or something.
And, of course, Dracula.
Yeah, something like. Wouldn't it be cool?
It would be super cool.
You got Clarksville, and then you got the classic monsters. I could see like
that's
a Halloween
the best
exhibit.
of both worlds.
you
I would be
know?
in heaven.
I think it'd be kind of cool. When I say that, and I don't know. After hearing about some of her other pieces that I didn't understand before, now I feel like kind of shallow now.
Yeah.
Because these are really good pieces, and they have
There's,
a lot of
meaning behind
to
it.
them.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not just the piece itself, but about what was being thought of when
Yeah.
making it.
And-
It's
and-
part of the piece.
And I want to come back to some of these, but so if I'm talking to a musician, their dream is to play at the Grand Ole Opry
Yeah.
or, the Ryman or Nissan Stadium, places like that. So
Yeah.
what would be the equivalent for an artist, like for your dream, like to have an exhibit somewhere? Like,
that's
like, what
most
is it?
artists' goals. Yeah. When you make it big time, you want to go to the museums, you want to make it to the Whitney, New York. Like, those are the places that most people long run want to go. But, for me, I just, want to be able to reach out and be able to raise my kid right and be
Yeah.
able to do artwork at the same time. The big art that makes it up there, it's impactful, but the prices and how it's looked at, common folk can't afford that. Common
Yeah.
folk don't get to travel to New York. Like, I think it's more important for me to be able to reach out locally.
Yeah.
So that's my dream.
Oh, that's great.
It is.
That is great news. I mean, to have somebody this talented in Clarksville that's willing to, stick around here and do that kind of stuff. Because, I mean, it's nice if you live in Clarksville and you love the city to have something that a local artist did.
I think it's important to make a big impact in your city. Like, that's super important. Spider-Man taught me that.
Did he?
Yeah.
That's great. That's good. That's so good. Okay, now I do want to get to this one because this one right here seems really heavy.
Yeah.
It does.
And this is, why don't you describe the picture and I guess tell us what it's about?
Okay, so it's titled At the Roots. My mother is bipolar, and the whole disorder runs through my mother's side of the family. And it's kind of impacted us our whole lives. So with bipolar disorder, it comes and goes. You'll have your good days, you'll have your bad days, like most, but sometimes it can last for months. And it can come out of nowhere, and you have your really down days, and I've watched her and family members get torn apart. When I was 5, I watched the cops have to come in and sedate, and then we wouldn't see her for months, and then she'd come back and she'd be okay for a good while. But I think
at that time, did they know that there was a disorder going on? Or?
Yeah, they started to. This one's titled At the Roots, where it has the tree branch feature on it, but it's also mimicking a mushroom cloud. So it's showing the explosion that's happening.
I see it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's her faces, and this was before she kind of went off the deep end, and she was really skinny and lost a lot of weight, and it was so scary for all of us, and we just wanted to help her, but there's nothing we could do until you get steady on your own. But I made this out of bed sheets. The whole frame's 2x4s. My fiance helped me make that, and then it's bed sheets, and there's, I think, 6 of them to show my mom has 5 children, and then plus her. And then the top one is baptismal robe where she had her first breakdown in church. She doesn't do well in crowds. And bipolar people, they don't. Everybody's like, hey, get out of the house, come. It's our comfort zone to be at home and to be with our families or just to be alone. And then the material, I use menstrual blood. Because
and I saw that in some of your posts. And,
Yeah.
and
I know that people have done that, but
I tend to use it commonly when it's stuff heavy around female burdens. Because I've been sexually abused, my mother's been sexually abused, my grandmother, the great grandmother, it has literally gone from generation to generation, and people have either pushed it aside, not talked about it. And I think that if people would have learned to get rid of that old way, to not do the whole Southern hush-hush, to come out and talk to your family and reach out for people for help, that a lot of the disorder could have been helped earlier on. It would have helped the family earlier on. So that's where At the Roots, keeps highlighting it.
Dude, I just want to hug you.
Oh, I'm
Me
fine.
too.
Is that okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Oh, this is amazing. This is amazing how you deal with this stuff. How's your mom doing now?
She's great.
Is she doing
She's
good?
great. This is the happiest I've seen her in a while. So
Right. And what does she
yeah.
think about your artwork, about this particular piece?
Well, I kind of hid it from her for a little while, because
it's like most kids hide alcohol and cigarettes from
yeah,
them.
pretty much.
They
yeah,
hide
my
art pieces
artwork.
about them.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like I've got this drawing, I can't let mom see it.
pretty much.
It's going under the bed.
But I mean, when she finally saw it, she's like, Amanda, this is awesome. Because for so long, she came from that background where you just deal with it. And
Did she automatically know it was her?
did she what?
Did she know it was her?
about her?
Her, yeah,
Like,
she knew it was
yeah.
her face as soon as she saw it. It was just dramatized for the artwork purposes, but
Right.
yeah, she knew it was her, and she's like, you've got to show this to people, because she doesn't know how to talk about it herself. So I kind of feel like, though I was scared to give it to her, once she did see it, I kind of felt empowered and proud that I made it for her.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I finally gave somebody else a voice that couldn't talk before. So, no, she's good with it now.
Wow, so
Are you
she's
close with your
speaking
mom?
through your talent.
Yeah, do what?
Are you close with your
Yeah,
mom
we're
now?
pretty close. She comes over 2-3 times a week. And,
Oh, good.
her downtime.
Yeah. Does she cook for you?
No, I cook for her.
Do you cook? Are you a good cook?
I'm pretty decent. Adam
Yeah?
does most of the cooking, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's good. It's good that he does that while you paint and
Yeah,
do your
yeah,
stuff.
that's the only way I get it done.
Yeah. So, what's his specialty? What's he good at?
Food-wise?
Yep.
Oh, bear, deer meat. He's a hunter.
Oh, so it's like
yeah.
totally country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally
Do you have any
country.
heads hanging out in your house?
We've
Like
got a
deer
bear
heads?
hanging
Yeah.
off the wall. We've got
Like a whole bear or like a bear head?
half a bear.
Half a bear.
Half of a bear.
That would be mortifying for me to walk in your house
It's
and see half a bear
beautiful. No, his
coming
brother-
through the wall.
coming off the
Right.
wall. No, his
Yeah.
brother's a taxidermist.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
You could
So he gets it done
see him
cheap.
too, pretty much.
Yeah, yeah.
You got to trade off there. You got to
Now the bear that didn't you draw a bear too? Like isn't that
Yeah,
one
I
you
saw
did?
that.
Is that like the bear in your living room?
No,
No?
no, mine's a lot calmer in my house. It might scare my child.
So okay, what about now? You said you have a son. Now how old is he?
He'll be 6 in September.
Has he picked up like any pencils or paintbrushes or
He's
anything?
done a little bit
or-
of drawing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you like yes?
Yeah, I'm rooting for
Yeah.
it, but I'm not going to push it. I don't want him to get burnt out on it. So.
Yeah. Okay. So if he wants to do it, you're going to be all gung ho about it.
And if
yeah.
he doesn't want to do it, I'm going to push him to baseball. Yep.
Yeah. Baseball.
Yay,
yeah.
baseball.
Yeah. So you're a big baseball. Did you play any sports in school?
I did before I went into, up until I was 14.
Before you got all artsy and stuff.
Oh, I've done sports. I played
Yeah.
trumpet for 6-7 years. And
Wow.
Yes,
here,
girl,
yeah,
get it.
Yeah.
Try all those things.
So if you weren't a painter, what would you be doing?
I wasn't a painter.
Or an art- I guess I should say artist 'cause you do
yeah,
other
I probably
stuff.
would have stuck with the music and went orchestra.
So it's that creative side of you that's always going to kind
Yeah,
of shine
push
through,
through.
regardless.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we have anything going on in the chat room? Have you checked that recently?
Everybody's just been kind of watching. I think they're all like,
Yeah.
there's people
Yeah.
watching. They're just not saying.
Yeah, I just these pieces are just amazing. It's so cool to have the actual artist here to explain to me like what's going on, because I don't know, sometimes my brain doesn't work like when it comes to stuff like this.
Right, and a lot of
And-
this stuff, I'm just like so in awe of the backstory that I'm just like,
And see, now when we go to one of Amanda's exhibits, we're going to seem really smart because like
yeah, because we're like,
when there's a
so
crowd of
this
people
represents
looking at one of them,
this.
okay,
There's more
this
to
is what
this.
I see here. Okay, and then we'll be absolutely
And
right.
we'll act like we haven't been told.
Yeah, they'll never know. They'll never ever know.
Unless they listen to this show, then they'll call us out.
Yep. So, okay, so if you go to christopprogram.com, you'll see what all the fuss is about, because we've got a couple of her, do you call these paintings, or what do you call them?
Drawings.
Drawings.
Charcoal drawings.
Charcoal
Okay.
drawings. Okay. So you go there, you'll see a few of her pieces up on here, and then you can actually there's a link to her website. There's a link to Amanda's Instagram, to her Facebook, and I think this is really important, the Upstairs Emporium.
Oh, yeah.
You can actually go there and buy the physical
Do
prints or originals, stuff like that. Now, Allie, I'm going to try this with you, okay? Just real
Okay,
quick.
I'm scared.
Okay, so I could easily do this. Like, I could pull up one of these prints. I could send it to Walgreens and have my own original 8x10 print for free, and I could hang it up in the studio. I could just do that.
Yeah, you could, but you know
Yeah.
what you would be if you did that?
What?
A loser.
What?
Yeah, because you'd be stealing. And that's like
Oh, it's on the internet.
That's even worse.
Like-
Okay, like when you go and you take a screenshot of something you like on the internet that's like by like Picasso or something like that, that's different than because you're stealing from like your own city. Like,
Yeah?
how gross can
Oh,
you be?
That's horrible. Yeah.
Like, you're stealing somebody who's like local and like in their city, so they're not going to be like filthy rich, and
Yeah.
you're like stealing the opportunity for them to better themselves by just
Sure.
like, instead of paying for it, you're just taking it.
Okay.
So if I find out that you're doing this,
Right.
I will hunt you down.
Okay, I won't do it. So, so if you really want to support your city and you really want to support our local artists like Amanda, who's absolutely lovely, who has a great story to tell, then the best way to do that is to go buy a print, buy an original, whatever, and put it up in your house.
And the worst thing to do
and talk
is,
about
yeah,
it,
and not just be like, oh, there's nothing in Clarksville.
Yeah, and I bet if you get one of her prints and email her and say, "Hey, what does this even mean? Can you give me some?" And then when your friends come to your house, you can like talk to them about it.
Yeah.
And say, I bought this from a local artist. You believe it? And this is what it means. And it's so
it's
cool.
like it's like spreading the love and the light. Like, I know that sounds really hippie-ish, but like
It does. Have you been smoking marijuana today?
No, I've been drinking coffee.
Okay.
But it really is. Like, if you want to see change in Clarksville, like, be involved in whatever ways, Not just be like being weird online and be like, like complaining and stuff. Like, do what Chris Top just said and go out and buy these things and share the stories with people.
And it's cool for me because, like, this is just another reason that I'm proud to, be a Clarksvillian.
Yes!
Because we have these talented people here, like Amanda. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so a little kid comes up to you and says, Amanda, your artwork is phenomenal. I want to be like that. Like, what would you tell that kid?
Absolutely.
What would you tell him?
My son does it all the time, and I actually show him. I take the time to, do a little doodle and make him trace it, and then he goes and does it on his own. So, yeah.
So would you tell them to pursue their dreams?
Well,
like, what kind of advice would you offer them?
To practice.
Yeah?
Just practice.
All the time?
All the time. Just
all
keep
the time.
practicing.
Start before you
Keep the
did,
sketchbook
right?
on you.
Start before you did.
Way before I did. Yeah, I could have been much further.
Well, now, you are actually back in school full-time, starting, I guess you've already started?
Next week.
Or next week, yeah.
Next week.
Okay, and this is your final year?
Senior year, yeah.
Yeah. So, and what kind of classes are you taking?
Painting 3, painting 4, the final classes.
That's like what the really good ones take, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
The advanced
where you don't
painters.
sleep. Yep. You
and
pay to not sleep.
do like naked people walk in the room and you paint them? Because I would be totally uncomfortable with that.
Sometimes we do.
I would feel so awkward. I'd be like, I can't do
No,
this.
you sign up for it. It's fine. It's just a body part.
Local
Used to so many-
Clarksville
Yeah.
is in the chat right now.
A big shout out. Now, we already gave you a shout out, local Clarksville. So you got to go back and listen to the beginning of the show.
Yeah, they said that they would be looking out for you when they're out and about.
Hey, thank you.
Oh, maybe they'll do one of their crazy videos of your
That would
stuff.
be awesome.
Their
While you're there.
videos are
Yeah.
legit.
Yeah. I love local Clarksville.
I do too.
And we got their link on the website now, on the page. So yeah, I love promoting local Clarksville.
Me too.
And all the
Like their
businesses
little
and
event
artists,
that they did. It all started with this event that they did out. Where is it? Like by the.
In the downtown commons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it was just the funnest time I've ever had, and it just made me like want to do stuff for the city. And I'm like,
Yeah.
and I want a free candle.
Hey.
That made her day. It made her life when she won that candle. Okay, so I was a little bummed out because you told me you're not going to be at the art walk this time around.
Probably not.
Probably
Yeah.
not. So will you let me know if you are going to be
Yeah,
there,
I
though,
will.
for sure? But you were there last time. So is it like an every other time for you kind of thing? Or I know you're not doing it now because of school. Okay.
Yeah.
Who do I need to
School's
talk to? Because I can pull some strings.
Oh. Just,
If I need to, I got your back.
The restaurants just kind of invite me in and out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I got your back. You just
Well,
let me
thank
know.
you.
If I need to, I'll sneak your stuff in.
Bet.
And then we'll let people know. We'll make it happen. But so, what kind of response do you get from people when they come to stuff like that and see your work?
I mean, typically, I take my nicer stuff, like Frankenstein.
It's
or the
all
horses
good.
Or animals.
It's
I mean, I don't.
You're
want
so hard on yourself,
You
aren't
like
you?
my
I guess
nicer
an
stuff,
artist
but all
has
this stuff is
has to be
nice.
like
You
that,
have
right?
to, but I also have to think like my audience consists of children sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't want to take anything that's too traumatizing down there or too
Sure.
many questions. Parents would get upset about that. So, I mean, most people are just like, "Hey, it's really good," or like, "Look at the detail." I mean, that's commonly what I'm asked is, "How did you do it?"
Yeah. Okay, so it's good stuff. It's good stuff, and I am just honored to hang this on our wall. Both the
Me
prints,
too.
and it was
I'm
given to us
excited
by a
to look
local
at 'em every
artist,
day.
and you can get this stuff too if you go to Upstairs Emporium and check it out for yourself.
Yes, do it.
Yeah. So, are you working on any cool projects at the moment, or are you just
I've
kind of
got
like
2
gearing
or
up for
3.
school?
I mean, pretty much school is getting ready. So, I mean, I've got a couple commission pieces I'm working on, and then I'm going to.
Now, what does that mean? Like somebody calls you or writes you and says, "Hey, this is what I want." And
This is what I want. What's about the budget price? What materials? And then we just go from there.
okay,
If it's
okay.
something I can do,
and you
I
just
mean-
do it. Yeah.
It depends on what it is. I mean, obviously, you don't want to do something that's going to be antagonizing, and if you're like, "Hey, let's make a remake of the Van Gogh with such and such," I mean, you want to have your own twist on it.
Yeah.
Something that's going to inspire you to keep making the art. You don't want it to be, just another typical scene that you can find at Hobby Lobby,
Yeah.
or you want it to be different from the craft scene.
So, what if the Roxy calls you and says, "We want a mural on the side of our building, the
I
whole
will
side"?
absolutely do that.
We
Yeah.
want it. We want it. Like famous Broadway plays from the 20s up till today. We want it all together. Could you do something like that?
I've done a couple murals.
Yeah.
Not so much on portraits, but I have done the landscape scenes, and I'm learning more portraits this semester. But yeah.
So, how long would something like that take? Like a big project like that?
Couple weeks.
Yeah.
Couple weeks. Yeah.
See, I'm kind of surprised it would just take that long to do something like that.
It
And,
kind of
and
depends on how detailed it is.
how many projects do you work on at one time?
3. 3 to 4.
3 at a time.
Once. Yeah.
That blows my mind.
Well, you got to think if you're sitting there all day working on the same thing, you're going to get drained, you're going to get bored, but if you can bounce board to board or canvas to
Oh,
canvas.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, because then when
Fresh
you go
eyes for new projects.
back around to it, then it's fresh again.
Yep.
I get it, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's probably not going to be as good if you just work on the same one straight through.
Yeah.
Now, is that your own style, or is that something you were taught?
A little bit of both.
Yeah.
A little bit of both, yeah.
All right, well, I think you're super talented regardless of what you think. I don't think everybody can do this. I don't think everybody has that vision, that insight.
I would agree.
You're a great artist. You are an absolute role model because there are lots of guys and girls out there that have been abused in their lives, and it's nice to know that I'm sure for them that they're not alone. And it's cool, I bet, for people to see that you can turn something horrible in your life into something beautiful, that you can create for other people to enjoy and love and to get something out of. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
And I think you get that, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, that's a big deal. And not just anybody can do that. A lot of people would crawl up in their corner and just not want to look at people or do anything, but not you.
Yeah, well, it's not something
You're
you
pretty
get to
special.
overnight.
You're pretty special.
It took me a while to get here, so, I mean.
Yeah, but you're here now.
I am here now.
Yeah. You're a warrior.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. So, is there anything else we need to talk about? Like, are there any, like, I know you're not doing the art walk. Is there anything coming up in the future that you want to talk about, or are you just kind of like
I'll
school
be
right
entering
now?
into student shows and maybe do some local competitions, but right now I'm just doing commission pieces on the side and focusing on schoolwork.
And how are we going to find out this stuff? Like, whenever you are going to be at an exhibit, what's the easiest way to find that?
I'll post it on that website, and it'll be on those 4 different places. So,
what's your favorite platform?
Favorite platform? I usually use Instagram the most.
Okay, so
that makes sense.
At 3 a.m, if somebody says, "Hey, I want you to draw me a picture of a banjo playing banana,"
Yep.
then Instagram's the place to contact you.
Instagram, or you can message me. My number should be on my personal website, so you can email me.
So they can call you up at 2 a.m. and be like, "Amanda, this is what I need."
Awake,
well, you're an artist, so I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
They're more likely to get you at 2 a.m. probably than
2 p.m.
7 a.m.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. So is it hard to juggle being a mom, being having a fiance, being an artist? Is it hard to juggle all that stuff?
Absolutely, but I mean, after doing it for so long, you kind of figure out what's worth it and what's not, and it's worth the coffee.
Yeah. How much coffee do you go through a day?
Definitely a pot, if not more.
We've got some. We've got some in the kitchen.
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had some on the way here.
Okay. So we're good.
Thank you.
We adore you, and we appreciate you so much for stopping by
Thank
today
you. Thank you
and
for
talking
having me.
to us.
Yeah.
It wasn't too weird for you, was it?
Nah.
Yeah.
Just like critique. It's fine.
Yeah. So I feel like we did okay. I mean, this
Yeah,
is
I think
like
we
the
did
first
okay.
time, I was out of my comfort zone.
Me
man.
too.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know what to ask, but I'm excited.
It was fun, though.
It was fun.
We got
And
to talk about the art.
local Clarksville is going to have something called the Mingle on September 10th. I don't know what that's about, but I want to be
Let's
there.
get ready to mingle.
Let's get ready to mingle!
So we don't know what it's about, though? Is it like art related or?
I have no idea. I'm going to check out their page later and see what it's about.
Okay,
but
so-
I have no idea, but I'll probably be there.
So we'll go check it. Maybe it's art related. Maybe it's something you need to check into.
Yeah, I'll look it up.
I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah.
check it out. Don't
Check
let me
it
down.
out.
Let us know
No.
too, like like when you're doing stuff,
I get
we
out,
want
I get out.
we want to support you. We want to be
thank
there and we
you.
want to talk about it. And what I'm going to do, I'm hoping to have other artists on, but around Halloween or stuff, I'll probably end up featuring you again, like
That would be
some of the
awesome.
stuff that you're
That would
doing.
be
So you'll get
fun.
like a double,
Yeah.
feature on the website.
Yeah,
kind of
that'd be
thing.
awesome.
But good. I hope this is the beginning of a good thing, of a cool thing for us, because we do usually 2 musical artists a month. We kind of slid it back to 2 a month because there's other things I want to do too. But
Yeah.
I think we might do 1 or 2 like local Clarksville artists a month as well. So, and you're the first.
Well, sweet. I'm privileged. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah. So now we have to take pictures. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, good. Is there anything else you want to talk about, or are we good?
I think we're good.
All right. Do you want to close this out today, or you want me to do it?
Yeah, let's do it. I'm going to do it.
Oh,
I was gonna-
okay.
I was saying
Steal my
let's do
thunder.
it.
Steal my thunder, then.
I mean, we can do it at the same time if you want. Ready,
no,
go.
That's too complicated. All right, go ahead.
Thank you for listening to the Chris Top program. There are a million, bajillion, quadrillion things you could be doing right now, but you chose to listen to us, and that's pretty cool, I guess. So until we broadcast again, please remember this. Life is good, and we're gone.
You can either talk in the Chris Top program. Take it from the top.
The Chris Top program, proudly heard by over 3 listeners worldwide.